Speaker of the House Jim Amann is wrapping up his final few weeks left in office. What will the fiery Democrats' legacy be, and will it be enough to get him elected as governor? Amann gives us the real story. And from one former governor to the next, John Rowland is offering up advice to the governor of Illinois accused of trying to sell off Barack Obama's Senate seat. But for Rowland, is this a smart thing to do? Plus, how the Secretary of the State wants to change the way political appointments are made here at home. I'm Shelley Finland, and the real story starts now. Hi there, I'm Shelley Finland, and you're watching The Real Story. We have a big show for you today, but first, a big personality at the state capitol will soon hand over the reins as House Speaker, leaving his office while eyeing another.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Well, what was accomplished today? What will be accomplished?
You tell me.
Known for his straight talk and sometimes colorful comments.
She's been playing chicken on bonding for 3 years now, and it's a power play. The governor doesn't want less power, she wants more.
Outgoing Speaker of the House Jim Amann also wants more. And after 18 years in the House, the last 4 as Speaker, the Milford Democrat is retiring from his powerful post to run for governor in 2010. But he'll have to knock out some other well-known Democrats first, including Stamford Mayor Dan Malloy, who says he will run for governor only if the state attorney general does not. You had said that you would not run if Dick Blumenthal runs, but there's another Democrat in the race, Speaker of the House Jim Amann, who's retiring to run for governor. You're kidding.
No,
I know you're kidding. So you're saying Jim's not your friend?
No, I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm a Democrat. Every Democrat's my friend.
But even friends have been known to squabble, and with Amann's political future on the line, how far is he willing to go to secure a legacy of his own? And here now is the outgoing Speaker of the House, Mr. Jim Amann. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for being here.
Shelley, nice to be here. You would think I'm outgoing, but they keep on, that old saying, they keep on dragging
me back in. The special sessions aren't so special anymore. Governor Rell wants you guys back on January 2nd to plug the current fiscal crisis, which keeps on growing.
I got to unwrap my gavel. I was all ready to leave. And
what happens this time?
What do you mean, with the governor?
Well, the special session, how much more can you really trim? This seems to be the issue.
Well, listen, I think the governor wants to show the people that we're doing something. Whatever reason she has, and we've been telling her we've been cooperative. Whatever she wants to do, let's sit down at the table again and let's talk and try to resolve this problem. But it's I think people are getting kind of tired of saying goodbye to me there, Shells. I mean, how many times they're going to come on, just go, just leave.
I'm getting tired.
That's right.
But back to the budget. Is this something that you feel you're running for governor?
Right.
We'll talk a little bit about what Mayor Malloy said about you. But do you feel as if the current fiscal crisis that the state is in is something that's going to haunt you in your run for governor?
Well, how would that be? I mean, my legacy is 4 balanced budgets, 4 surpluses, and a $1.4 billion rainy day fund. Certainly no one's going to tag me for a national problem that somehow the state of Connecticut or Governor Rell or even the General Assembly was at fault when you had the biggest mortgage crisis and loaning crisis and hedge fund crisis probably in our nation's history. Someone's going to try to spin and blame that one on the Speaker. Boy, that's going to be a pretty good spin.
Well, to play devil's advocate here, let's say this. Say that what?
That's your job.
Yeah, of course it is. Obviously, the economy did have an impact here. But my question is this. There's been a lot of folks at the Capitol having to do with pet projects and bonding issues, and your name has come up a lot, especially during the last bond commission, that during these tough times, these pet projects are getting passed. Governor Rell even said, well, we did this one because the Speaker wants it. So will that be part of your legacy?
I hope so. $685 million of bonding Friday, and Jim Amann had somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.2 million. I've had $24 million of bonding in 4 years as a Speaker, and there was $4 billion worth of bonding. $24 million is what the Speaker so-called pet projects versus $4 billion of bonding that the governor had on the bonding package.
Well, Mr. Speaker, in all due respect, though, when we're facing a $6 billion deficit over the next 2 years, some would say $1 million is still too much.
Why? How come $685 million isn't too much?
Some of that was federally funded, from what I understand.
Really?
25 million taxpayers are on the hook. You're saying that's not the case?
I think the governor, if she was serious about bonding and about the economy, and she wanted to put a freeze on everything, then she should have froze it. The facts are, the state of Connecticut can't just stand still, but it's kind of humorous to me that somehow the $24 million, 4 years as Speaker, compared to $3 or $4 billion of bonding projects. In fact, I'd be quite honest with you, Shelley. Look at my legacy on bonding versus the last few speakers. I have to tell you, I'm a little embarrassed how low amount of money that I got from bonding. The biggest problem between Governor Rell and I have been the bonding situation. That's probably the thing that divided us over a lot of issues was bonding.
Well, bonding, from what I understand, is supposed to be used, though, for things like bridges, everything stuff that everyone can use.
Really?
And some have said, critics have said, that during the past 10 years, lawmakers, even Governor Rowland, they have been using this bonding commission as their own personal piggy bank.
Governor Rell hasn't done that.
I'm not even pointing out Governor Rell. I'm talking about you.
The bottom line is, if you look at bonding projects as something that are useful for after-school programs, like money for YMCA is a waste of money, monies to Boys and Girls Clubs, money for open space. If those things are wasted money, if some people believe that, fine. I think others believe that that's prevention money. It's for good causes. It's probably saves taxpayers money in the long run. And I'm very proud of my legacy.
So you no regrets? Any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets as a Speaker, and my 18 years have been fabulous. It's been an honor to serve as a legislator, I should say. But it's, I think really, and I'm not kidding, Shelley. I mean, how many times am I going to say goodbye to the General Assembly? I'm embarrassed to go back January 2nd. They're going to
goodbye is forever. Don't say goodbye.
They're just going to be moving me out.
Well, in the race for governor, what do you think about Mayor Malloy's comments here on the Real Story a few weeks ago? Granted, he was kidding, but he's basically saying, listen, I won't get into the race if Dick Blumenthal does, but the heck with Jim Amann.
He said that?
He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing. Well, he said he didn't even know who you were.
Yeah, wow. Come on. Dan and I actually are very good friends. I supported him last time. And he sought my support and wanted the support of the Speaker of the House, and he was happy to have it. I worked hard in his campaign. But that was 2 years ago.
This is politics. You feel like he's stabbing you in the back a little bit?
No, well, listen, he's whatever he has to do. But here's the facts. The facts are Mayor Malloy lost to the guy that got 35% of the vote. He's old news. We got to move forward. We need a new candidate, fresh. I'll compare my record to any of the candidates that have their name up there right now. I have a long and very solid record, and I have great ideas for the state of Connecticut, and I want to move the state forward.
Listen, Governor Rowland, we're going to talk about this in the next segment, but he's been doing some interviews on Fox, and he says essentially that we need to do a better job vetting politicians, that we need to, instead of asking them just about their tax plan, we need to ask them about what grounds them, what is their moral compass, to try to get some type of indication what kind of person they are with all of the cases that have been happening.
I think you're right.
What grounds you? What guides your moral compass?
I think the most important thing is friendship and family, and certainly that the most important thing to me, and it's been in my career, is choosing that over politics. It's very difficult to balance your life with your family and your friends. And it's important that you try to do everything in your power to keep those relationships. I've seen many people up here in Hartford, unfortunately, forget about home, forget about friends, forget about family, and it can happen easily when you're away from your family as much as we are. I never missed one day with my wife in 18 years to have a cup of coffee, whether I was up here for 5 hours or for 25 hours a day of the income tax. I made sure we got home, and even if it was for a quick cup of coffee and not even sleeping, but hopping back in the car, and I never missed one day in 18 years. And I think that's important for a lot of legislators to get back home, be with their families, and remember why we're here.
All right, Mr. Speaker, we're out of time.
Well, that was the fastest show on TV. That was great.
Extremely fast. Thank you very much.
Shelley, thank you.
Happy holidays to you.
Yes, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And up next, speaking of governors, former Governor John Rowland is back in the limelight, as we mentioned, what he has to say about that shocking corruption case out west.